revealed that freak-off tapes filmed at Diddy's Atlanta home are being shopped around Hollywood, one of them featuring Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith being used by Will Smith and Diddy at the same time.
Right now, Sean Diddy Combs is facing one of the hardest moments of his life. The powerful music icon, once known for confidence and control, is now sitting in a courtroom surrounded by lawyers, cameras, and serious accusations. But no one expected what happened next. No one thought Justin Bieber's name would suddenly become part of this story. When Justin posted online during the middle of Diddy's trial, it didn't feel like a simple message. It felt personal. It felt like a line had been crossed. And when Diddy saw that post, something inside him broke.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you rock this every time you it's gonna be yours. So, it's a little dusty, but you know, first shot.
Man.
Get it?
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16.
This was not just about legal arguments anymore. It became about loyalty, silence, and secrets that had been buried for years. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what happened inside that courtroom, what Justin Bieber said that shook everything, and the emotional history that explains why this moment left Diddy exposed in front of everyone. That morning, Diddy walked into the courthouse looking nothing like the confident mogul people were used to seeing. Gone was the bold swagger. Instead, he moved like a man carrying a heavy burden. He wore dark sunglasses, even though he was indoors, as if trying to hide from the eyes watching his every step. His movements were stiff and careful, like he knew something bad was coming but couldn't stop it.
You good?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
His legal team stayed close, forming a tight circle around him. Still, their presence didn't seem to calm him. His jaw stayed clenched, and his hands wouldn't stay still. He kept adjusting his suit, rubbing his neck, and checking his phone over and over again. It was obvious he was waiting for something, or maybe he was afraid of what might appear on that screen. Then Cassie entered the courtroom. She didn't walk in like someone broken or defeated. She walked in with quiet strength. Her head was high, her step steady. A few supporters came with her, staying quietly behind, but their support was clear. When she entered, the energy in the room shifted. People turned to look, but she didn't react. She didn't flinch. She didn't look around for approval. She looked like someone who had already survived the worst part of the battle.
Lamborghini is.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
Some things, everything ain't for everybody.
Happy birthday, Justin! Happy
Welcome to the family, John.
At first, everything seemed normal. Lawyers flipped through papers, the judge reviewed motions. It felt like just another day in court, but Diddy couldn't sit still. His attention wasn't on the judge or the proceedings. His eyes kept dropping to his phone. His lead attorney leaned toward him several times, whispering calmly, trying to keep him focused. But Diddy wasn't listening. His mind was somewhere else. Then it happened. Just before the court took a short break, a quiet gasp broke the silence. Someone had seen something.
For me, being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn.
And he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
The tension in the room instantly changed. Word spread quickly through whispers and side glances. Justin Bieber had just posted on Instagram. The post showed an old photo from years ago. A young Justin Bieber, Cassie, and Diddy standing together at an industry party. The image alone was powerful, but the caption is what shook everything. Justin wrote that he had stayed quiet for too long. He admitted he was young and didn't fully understand what was happening at the time, but he knew something felt wrong. He apologized to Cassie for never speaking up. He said she didn't deserve what happened to her. He didn't directly say Diddy's name in the message, but he didn't need to. The photo, the timing, and the words said everything. Justin talked about being in rooms where the energy felt uncomfortable. He mentioned seeing Cassie pulled aside by Diddy and then returning quiet and withdrawn. He admitted laughing things off just to stay accepted and keep his place in the industry. Justin ended the post with words that hit hard. He said they were all kids trying to survive in a grown man's world. He said he was done protecting it. He said truth matters. Inside the courtroom, staff members looked around, unsure how to react. The judge noticed something was off, but didn't yet understand how serious it was. Diddy, however, already knew. He stared at his phone, frozen. His body went still, like the ground had vanished beneath him. This wasn't just another celebrity sharing an opinion. This was Justin Bieber, a person Diddy had supported publicly, someone he mentored, someone he once called family. Back in the late 2000s, when Justin was still a teenager and his career was just starting, Diddy positioned himself as a guide. He invited Justin into his world, welcomed him into his home, and surrounded him with luxury. There are old videos still online showing moments that now feel uncomfortable. Diddy joking about taking Justin under his wing, about them spending lots of time together. Back then, many people brushed it off as harmless mentorship. But now, with everything coming out, those moments feel different. That's why Justin's post cut so deeply. It wasn't just support for Cassie, it was a rejection. It was someone from inside Diddy's trusted circles stepping away and telling the truth. For Diddy, it felt like betrayal he never expected. As he sat there, you could see it building inside him. His face hardened, his eyes locked onto his phone without blinking. His hands began to shake. One clenched the phone so tightly his knuckles turned white. The other balled into a fist at his side. A vein in his neck pulsed visibly as he struggled to control his emotions. He muttered under his breath. Those nearby could hear him say that loyalty meant nothing anymore, that everyone turns on you in the end. His lawyer leaned in quickly, whispering urgently, trying to calm him down, but Diddy wasn't listening. Suddenly, he stood up fast. His chair scraped loudly across the floor, making everyone jump. Court security immediately became alert. Before anyone could stop him, he slammed his hand onto the table. A glass pitcher tipped over and shattered, sending pieces and water across the floor. Diddy pointed toward the back of the courtroom where Cassie's team was seated. His voice echoed as he shouted that this wasn't justice. He said they didn't know the whole story. He accused Cassie and Justin of playing with fire. The courtroom froze. Gasps filled the room. Then silence, then chaos. The judge slammed the gavel hard, calling for an immediate recess. Security officers rushed toward Diddy as his lawyers tried to calm him down. Even as they guided him away, he kept muttering, breathing heavily, pacing like he still had more to say. He didn't need to say anything else. The damage was already done. This wasn't something that happened behind closed doors. This was raw emotion on full display in front of the judge, the jury, and the media. The energy in the courtroom completely changed. It was no longer just about legal details. It was about control, and Diddy had lost it. Justin Bieber's post wasn't random. It wasn't impulsive. It came from a place of deep emotion. If you followed Justin's interviews over the years, especially his emotional conversation with Zane Lowe, you've heard him talk about growing up in the spotlight. He's spoken openly about the pressure, the fear, and the lack of protection. He once broke down while talking about Billie Eilish, saying he wanted to protect her in ways no one protected him. He admitted being surrounded by adults who didn't always have his best interests at heart. He shared how that environment affected him mentally and emotionally. Seeing Cassie's case unfold brought those memories back. The same industry parties, the same powerful people, the same silence. When Justin spoke up, he wasn't just standing with Cassie, he was confronting his own regret for staying quiet. He had been there. He had seen signs. Maybe he didn't fully understand them then, but he understands now. By speaking out, he did what he wishes someone had done for him when he was younger. After the chaos settled and court resumed, Cassie returned to the stand. She didn't look shaken. She looked ready. She walked calmly, her posture strong. She didn't glance at Diddy as she passed him. He, on the other hand, avoided eye contact completely. When she began speaking, her voice was steady, clear, confident. There was no hesitation. This was someone who had survived and was now telling her truth without fear. Then her team presented new evidence, screenshots of messages from Diddy, long message threads filled with jealousy, control, and demands. Messages where he insisted she check in constantly, where he questioned her movements and accused her without proof. As the messages were read aloud, the courtroom went silent. Not the kind of silence caused by boredom, but the kind where everyone is processing something heavy. Now, it wasn't just Cassie's words. The evidence was speaking too. People could see the shift happening in real time. The power Diddy once held was slipping away, and Cassie, who once lived in his shadow, was now standing in the light. What's happening in that courtroom is only part of a much bigger story. Behind it is a deeper system that protected powerful people for decades. Other names have been mentioned, not as direct accusations, but as part of a tight circle of influence. It's forcing people to ask uncomfortable questions. How much did others know? How long did they stay silent? Why were young artists placed in environments that now feel unsafe in hindsight? Justin Bieber speaking up cracked open a silence that had lasted too long, and once that silence breaks, others start to feel brave enough to talk. Online, people are reacting strongly. One comment said, "It's shocking how long this was hidden," and praised Justin for finally speaking. Another said, "If someone as famous as Justin was scared to talk, imagine how powerless others must have felt." Now, the culture of protecting powerful figures is starting to fall apart. Accountability is finally catching up. So the real question is this: will more people come forward? How deep does this go? And what happens when the truth can no longer be ignored? Drop your thoughts in the comments. That's all for today.